Hello. Welcome back. If this is your first time, thank you for joining me. But I always say it better not be your first time. But anywho, happy new year if I haven't said it to you or I don't know you personally. So today I want to just touch on something that I think that is important, rather. Of course I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't think it was important. But anywho, for us to just realize that sometimes that we may not always feel motivated when it comes to achieving certain type of goals, things that we want to accomplish in the new year. And so I just wanted to go over a few ways that I think that we can all stay consistent rather than be motivated. Motivation is temporary, right? It's not something that's always going to be there. And so it's really important to stay consistent. So therefore, even when we don't want to do it, we know that we must stay consistent in order to see goals. And I feel like I just said the same thing like 3 times. But anywho, let's get into it. Let's get started. So I have a little list here, y'all. So I'm trying to get better with my content creating, planning, things of that nature. So the first one is that I feel like is probably the most important is figure out your why. Your why is going to essentially keep you consistent. Right now I'm working for a job and I hate it. I'm not gonna say that I hate it, but I feel like I've reached my peak. I feel like my season is coming to an end. If you don't know, or if you do know, most of the times when something needs to change, the current situation that you're in is going to get worse before it gets better, because that's the universe, God, Allah, whomever you believe in. They're telling you like, hey, I told you what you're supposed to be doing. I gave you the tools to do what you're supposed to be doing. So why aren't you doing it? So I feel like that's where I am currently, because I am looking to I keep saying looking to. I am relocating out of the country and I keep pushing the dates back. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll wait until the summer. Maybe I'll wait until the next bonus. Maybe I'll wait until my birthday. So the universe is like, Allah is saying like, girl, I told you when you're supposed to be leaving. I'm like, but I'm not ready. And he's like, I don't care if you're ready or not. So I'm gonna put you in a position where your back is against the wall. So you're gonna have to figure it out. And I tell y'all, like, I've never had this many issues anywhere that I've worked. One moment this place is telling me how great I am, so I'm just like, what's the problem? And the next minute I'm getting emails after emails of what I'm doing wrong. So I'm just like, hey, what the hell am I doing? I'm all over the place and I don't like feeling like that. So I say all of that to say that is my why. My why is I know that I'm gonna constantly be job hopping if I don't get focused and get disciplined and stay consistent with my goals. If you all are subscribed to my channel, or you go back and look at previous videos, I was more focused on the trendy trial hauls, things of that nature, but something kind of shifted where I realized that I like to talk to people. I like to share my experiences. No matter where I go, I can meet strangers and have conversations with them. And they feel really comfortable just opening up to me and telling me things that they probably won't tell someone that's closest to them. And I take pride in that. So my focus has shifted on just helping people in my own way, in my own lane. I do, of course, this is the Awkwardly Funny podcast, but if you're watching on YouTube, I think I'm pretty funny. So I try to just be kind to people, crack a couple of jokes, and just help people in the best way that I know how. Not being judgmental, just loving on them and being kind and just offering advice, unsolicited advice. No, we don't do that. But some tough love sometimes when it comes to the people that genuinely know me and care about me, because they know that I'm coming from a good place. But that's where I'm shifting towards when it comes to creating content. I want to show women, especially women of color, that we don't have to always be so aggressive, and we don't always have to be strong and independent. And it's okay to be independent, but you could also be loving, and you can also be caring, and we can let our guard down a little bit. And I'm telling y'all, like, I've through this journey of self-healing and just learning things about myself, I've never cried so much in my adult life, like real tears. If some of y'all watch, was it the last podcast episode? I don't know, because I have, my internet's really weird, so I don't even know. It's one of the videos, I'll link it. I was literally crying on the podcast, like crying doing workouts, crying after workouts, like just crying all over the place. But I find that I've never done that before. I never allow myself just to go through the emotions. And so that is my why, just creating a safe space for other people who feel the same way that I do. For the people who are always the backbone of their family, of their friendships. And we're always pouring into other people, but we're not really getting the things that we need. And we feel, I don't know, sometimes we don't feel comfortable asking for help. And just being vulnerable with people, because they sometimes look at us crazy, like, you crying? What's wrong with you? Like, I am human. I do have emotions. But anywho, so that's my why. First, leaving my job, that's definitely number one. I literally wake, I say literally a lot. So yeah, I start work at 10:30 a.m. I get up, my alarm clock is set at 3:45. I give myself about 15 minutes to just lay in the bed and wonder about life. But I wake up before my alarm goes off. It goes off and I'm already up, because that's my why. Like, not being stressed out about work, creating content that I can make a living off, and essentially doing something that I enjoy doing every day. I enjoy getting in front of the camera, talking to myself, essentially. I guess eventually y'all will hear it. But anywho, I don't want to go too much into the why, but I'm just sharing a little bit of my why. And so it's not always easy to be motivated. Like yesterday, I had a day, like nothing was working, and I feel like, what am I doing this for? I got like 5 downloads on my podcast last week. Maybe 40 views on the last video that I posted. As to if I were to do other type of content, it may be more, but I'm trusting the process, and I know that God placed this in my heart, so I have to follow through. So number one, define your why. Figure that out. That's the most important thing. The second thing is to narrow your focus. Don't try too much to do so much. And that's one of the things I have to tell myself, because I'm like, well, I wanted to do Amazon FBA, and I got approved to be Amazon influencer. So I'm like, I gotta build my storefront. I gotta promote my storefront. Okay, so now I gotta do TikTok. I'm gonna promote this. Okay, then I gotta do the podcast and the YouTube. They kind of align with each other. So that's not me doing too much, because the podcast, I'm kind of promoting that when I do the YouTube video. So that kind of aligns with each other. So it's not me doing too much, but I had to like narrow my focus. Because what I was finding is that I was becoming overwhelmed, because I had so much stuff that I wanted to work on, and I wasn't getting anything accomplished, and therefore I felt like I wasn't doing anything. So once I started, I'm not gonna say literally, well, in my journal, not my journal, my planner, I write down write down my workout, what I'm going to work on for that day, obviously, and one thing that I need to get accomplished. So I write out my list of things that I need to do for the week, and then I look at that thing the day before, the night before, and determine what I'm going to do the next day. So 2 things outside of daily stuff that you need to do, pay bills and stuff like that, but 2 things that you need to focus on. Definitely working out, making sure you're, ooh, I feel like my top was coming open. Working out, get some type of physical activity going on, even if it's just a run, a walk outside, some yoga, Pilates, whatever fits your fancy. And one thing, just for one thing, that's it. If you can do that, that's 5 things that you've got accomplished just in the work week. If you even want to do one thing that I want to do before work and one thing I want to do after work, that's 2 things per day in a work week. That's 10 things that you've gotten accomplished, right? My mom always says, how do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time, right? I'm like, okay, All right, that's, you know, the down south Mississippi humor. But you have to narrow your focus. You can't become a master of one trade if you're trying to be the jack of all trades, right? So that's very important, just to focus on the first thing that's going to make you most efficient in what you're trying to accomplish. So if you want to start a YouTube channel, figure out the logistics of doing that. If you then don't focus on getting monetized. Focus on how you want to how you want to create your channel. Figure out what your niche is going to be. Figure out what type of videos. A lot of people like to do vlogging. I don't really care for vlogging. I like to get cute, put on my makeup, my lashes and stuff like that, and just front facing the camera. I just can't do it. I'm not a vlogger, but that may be your thing. Determine rather what type of channel you even want to do before you focus on being monetized, because you kind of keep looking at the numbers, the views, the watch hours, the subscribers, trying to figure it out. But let me tell you, it's stressful and it's not worth it, right? So it doesn't have to be YouTube, but I'm just making an example, because I talk to a lot of people and they say they always want to start a YouTube, until it's time to start a YouTube and they figure that it's not easy. It's not easy. Recording is the easy, well, for me, it's the extremely easy part. But when it comes to behind the scenes, the logistics of it, the editing, the thumbnails, and I'm still figuring it out, and I'm some years in, but I have not been consistent. Word of the day, consistent. Okay, so third point that I would like to make, and it may be the most difficult for some of you if you're not where you are in your healing journey, rather, is to isolate yourself. I have talked a lot about in previous episodes how it's okay to be alone and figuring out what makes you happy and just having some me time. But when it comes to your goals, you're going to have to isolate yourself, because you're going to be so distracted with social media. I mean, I know you have obligations, kids, spouses, and of course you can't I'm talking too fast. Isolate yourself from your job, even though you may want to, but you still have responsibilities. Cool. Those are responsibilities. Those aren't options. Those aren't negotiables, right? You got to spend time with your kids. You got to take care of your kids. Things that's not something that, you know, that's an option for you, right? But the going out, the happy hour, the binge watching, Netflix, reality TV shows, the social media, that's the main thing. Isolating yourself so you can be comfortable by yourself. So when you do that and you eliminate unnecessary distractions, your clarity gets so much better. I have spoke about that I no longer just live in the city of Houston. I live in a more rural area, and that's causing me to have a lot of issues when I'm trying to upload. So when I go into the city, I try to do like bunch uploading so that I can have content. So I just got to figure out by any means necessary. But anywho, but what I found was, once I got away from like the big city, air quotes, and all of the distractions and all the negative influences, and like I sleep better at night. I'm more focused. I'm more disciplined. I don't have those outside influences. I don't have people making unsolicited comments, or like, y'all, the shit that people be saying to me, I'm just like, what do I look like, a punching bag? Just because I may not look like Molly B. Godly and I might not always have like a big cheese and smile on my face, doesn't mean like you can just talk to me any kind of way. But I always just know that it's projecting. But I'm tired of people projecting on me, that's for sure. But anywho, but isolating myself and just spending time with the people that I know genuinely care about me, my family, and just getting back to the basics. I don't care about the nails as much, and I mean, I do miss my red claws, but I don't go anywhere anymore. I go to Walmart to grocery shop maybe every 2 weeks, and that's it. I don't go anywhere. I wake up early in the morning, I go to sleep late at night, I get good sleep. I'm working out constantly. I'm eating right, eating better, drinking water, and I'm just getting fine out here, y'all. And not saying we all have the luxury to do so, but if you do, I definitely advise. You don't have, struggling is not cute. So if you have someone that you can stay with, even if you can go back home to mama, it's nothing wrong with your family supporting you. If they're okay with that. My mom said that she wants to create a healthy environment, a safe space, a nice home. So if any of her kids need to come home, we can. And so a lot of parents are like that. We have to get out of this mindset of, oh, I'm gonna get it, I don't need nobody to help me, I got this. Girl, you ain't got shit. You literally don't have shit. You are working to pay bills. When I say y'all, I don't pay no rent. My car note is paid off. I don't have no car notes. I ain't got no renter's insurance. I don't have no light bill. I don't have no, well, I pay the internet bill. That's one thing I do, even though it's not the fastest, but you get my point. I've cut back on my expenses drastically. So when I was going through this with my job, I'm just like, girl, you good. Like, you don't have no expenses. And if I really need some money, I'll sell my car because it's mine. I know I can at least get about $10,000 for it. I'm good. And I always save enough money to where the point where if I feel like a job is getting on my nerves too bad, guess what I'm gonna do? Denisha gonna quit on that ass. But I'm gonna be diligent. I don't know if that's the right word I want to use. But I'm gonna keep it cute until God tells me that it's time to move. And it's coming up. I know that it is, because it's just like, it's not that difficult, but when you are a creative and you get life just by creating, sitting at a desk all day, dealing with people who are just constantly bitching and complaining about nothing, it drains your energy. And yes, it may not be the most difficult job, but I'm not learning, I'm not growing. This is not helping me to where I need to go in life. So yeah, isolate yourself, do some yoga, some tea. Yeah, I'm trying to stop drinking. So normally if I be doing raw recordings, I'm drinking out some tequila, but coffee it is, and coffee it will be. I know eventually God wants me to stop drinking. So I've cut it back to once or twice, just like on the weekend, but I've cut back drastically even on the weekend, because by Friday I'm so tired. I watch a movie with my family and I'm in bed. So I don't want to keep this too long, because I do have to do another video and another podcast episode this morning, because I'm trying to, like I said, I got to do batch recording, so when I go into the city that I can do some uploading for you all. And I'm sure my camera's gonna cut off on me pretty soon. So thank you all for joining me. I will link all of my thingamajiggas in the description. So TikTok, podcast, oh, my storefront. Oh y'all, I gotta show y'all my journal. Look. Well, it's not a journal, it's a diary, like gratitude. Look at this. I'm on the back. I'm on the back cover. Even with doing this, like, I was so out of my comfort zone, because most of these journals and things like that on Amazon are like plug and play. You just go in, plug in the template. But I decided, Denisha decided to go in and create my own templates. And so that took me a lot, but I learned, and I'm actually working on my second one. So I cried. Yep, I cried doing it because I just got so frustrated. It was out of my comfort zone. But now I know how to do it like that because I learned. Anywho, so I'm gonna link to, I said all that to say, I'm gonna link that in the description as well if you want to support. Buy for your mom, your girlfriend, anyone who's on their self-healing journey and just trying to figure out what's next, manifest good things in their lives, things of that nature. So yeah, thank you all for joining me. I think that's a good already, but yeah, no, I'm all over the place. Thank you for joining me for the third time. I love you all. Protect your peace. Thank you for supporting me. It's only gonna get better, and I want y'all to remember these moments when I'm up. Y'all like, I was following her. I was listening to her when she was all over the place and was saying shit like 3 times in a row. But you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for always leaving positive comments. I appreciate it. I do respond back to all of the comments. It's not like it's that many, but that's for now. It's for now. So love you all. Protect your peace. Love on the people that you love. Go for it. Shoot your shot. The worst thing that can happen is you fail and you figure it out from there. And it may lead you to your real purpose. You may think that's your purpose, but it may not even be your purpose. But let me stop. Because I've been taking, I worked out. I'm on pre-energy. I'm on coffee. Not pre-energy, pre-workout. All right, y'all. I'm done. I'm done. Bye, y'all.